It's been quite some time since we've spoken, probably about a week. My apologies for that. A lot of things going on since I returned to the monastery here in Hollywood. I wanted to read a little bit of a paragraph from Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now, which was somewhat reminiscent of some of the things that Brother Lawrence spoke about. As Brother Lawrence would talk about the practice of the presence of the divine, feeling that presence of the divine within yourself, that Eckhart Tolle also talks about feeling the inner energy field of the body, and talks about establishing yourself in the thought of that, being present, being purely in the moment by that method. So I always enjoy those cross-references. Eckhart Tolle says, unless you stay present, and inhabiting your body is always an essential aspect of it, you will come to be run by your mind. The script in your head that you learned a long time ago, the conditioning of your mind, will dictate your thinking and your behavior. You may be free of it for brief intervals, but rarely for long. This is especially true when something goes wrong or there is something lost or upset. Your conditioned reaction will then be involuntary, automatic, and predictable, fueled by the one basic emotion that underlies the mind-identified state of consciousness, which is fear. So when such challenges come, and they always do, make it a habit to go within and focus as much as you can on the inner energy field of your body. This need not take long, just a few seconds, but you need to do it the moment that the challenge presents itself. Any delay will allow a conditioned mental, emotional reaction to arise and to take you over. As long as you are in conscious contact with your inner body, you are like a tree that is deeply rooted in the earth, or a building with a deep and solid foundation. You know, it's very true. I've been working on this idea for, probably a few months now. And I have to say that it's amazing how much stress and how much problem is caused just by the random stories of the mind that we've accepted and kind of held on to as true for ourselves. And that when you do this practice and begin to develop a little bit of an objective perspective about the contents of your mind, you realize how optional these thinking patterns are and how unhelpful many of them are. And to be able to have this habit that Eckhart is talking about here and that Brother Lawrence speaks about in his book on the practice of the presence, that this is an amazing avenue toward freedom, toward not being enslaved to your habits, to your cycles of thought and emotion that have developed unconsciously over the years. It's a real opportunity to take back your freedom from the mind and to learn what an expansive experience it is to be able to not think all the time, but to have that inner silence, that inner peace, that inner practice of the presence of the divine.